Bill Ramsey, Flight Lieutenant Bill Ramsey, the other pilot, and the third man of the crew, the Air Electronics Officer, the AEO, Phil Davis. Martin Withers took Vulcan 607 down to the Falkland Islands with 21 1,000-pound bombs in his bomb bay. And he dropped them all, and 2 of them hit the runway at Port Stanley. That was about par for the course. These were dumb bombs, more or less unchanged since the days of the Second World War. Bomb bay is opening, so if you look underneath the aircraft now, you see that huge bomb bay. That was the bay that carried those 21 1,000-pound bombs. That's about roughly 10 tons of payload, and it was the longest bombing raid in history at the time. It was as far as going from here to Santiago in Chile, and they went on a round trip from Ascension Island down to the Falklands and back again, and they needed the services of no less than 11 air refueling tankers to get there and back. And one of the refueling specialists who was on board the aircraft said that they very nearly missed their last rendezvous, which would have meant them ditching in the Atlantic, and he said he'd never seen a Vulcan with so little fuel in it and still flying. But they did manage to make their last rendezvous, and they got back. And Martin Withers was awarded the Distinguished Flying Cross for that, and his crew was mentioned in dispatches. Now, she left the RAF service in 1993, and everybody loved her. This particular aircraft was the last Vulcan in service. She was the display aircraft of the Royal Air Force, the display Vulcan. And when she left the Air Force in 1993, nobody ever thought they would see a Vulcan fly again. But through the excellent services of David Walton, who bought this aircraft at a whole load of spares and took it to Bruntingthorpe, and another man, Dr. Rob Fleming, they got her airborne again. It took till 2007 to get her into the air again, and it was the most complex restoration to flight of a military aircraft there's ever been. So when she first flew again in 2007, she made herself